here, guys. Hey, Steve, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for everything you've done for our sport. You are amazing. Joe, come on out, Will. I'll introduce you in a minute. Good evening. So Joe just had, did he tell you guys he had knee replacement?
Yeah, no, I know. I said to the teammates, I was mad that I had the fastest Penske car for the last 2 years in qualifying because, you know, you want the fastest car when you challenge for pole, not for 12th. So I'm like, man, I hope I didn't use up my fast cars, because there is a thing, it's funny, like for years you'd turn up and you'd wait for the first practice and to see which teammate got the fastest car. It wasn't like, you know, they're allocated, it was just like, it just happened to be fast and we didn't know why. Was it the engine, was it the body fit, was it, you know, you can't tell. It's called, we used to call it slow car syndrome. If you had a slow car, you didn't know why, you're doing all this stuff to it. Like I almost didn't make it in, what year was that, 21?
Yes.
21, I almost didn't make it. And we think we have all the same car, everything's the same, you're just slow. And you're doing everything you can, so that's, this year I hope I think we've got it so it's pretty even, but let's see.
Would the expression be as crazy as your Indy 500 win if you could sit on the pole?
Yeah, I will be, the pole?
Yeah.
The pole, I'll be very happy. Normally when I get a pole, I'm like immediately to the race, like, oh, we've got a pole, we need to win this now. But if I win the Indy pole, I'll be extremely happy. It will be a big celebration.
I can't imagine that, and I hesitate to say this in this group, but I think people in this group know where I stand on this issue, but that's really challenging, but 33 fastest cars is kind of important.
I believe it's really important. This thing's
I think you're off here.
There we go. How's your battery? Oh, yours is flashing too. But yes, the 32 fastest cars, I believe, is very important. I wouldn't have said that in 21. Give me the free ticket in, man. I don't want to go through the stress, but it is. I think that's really cool. Like, it's a big deal to the fans to watch a bump day. I'm so excited that we're having bump days again, because when you're on that bubble, it is really, you're hanging on by nails. It's good stuff. It's good. It's what we do it for. We do it for the fans, and I hope it stays that way. I do.
So because you're on the team side as well. I mean, part of the reason the conversation is up because it's hard to. I mean, it takes a lot of money to get from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and the Indy 500 is the one piece that kind of everybody knows. And if you're committed to the whole season, I can understand if I'm a team owner. I want to know that I'm in the Super Bowl. But as a driver and as a fan, I think it probably means more. That qualifying effort at some level probably was maybe one of the most meaningful qualifying efforts you ever had because it relieved the stress, and you realize this is an important race.
It's actually my most memorable qualifying there, because I haven't been on pole. I've been on the front row. I couldn't even tell you the years that I was that happened, but I do remember when I made the back row. I remember the whole run. I remember touching the wall and having to hold on for those last two corners. And I couldn't actually tell you about the runs that I made in the front row, so very memorable.
So, only because Lynn St. James is here, and if you were to ask me what was one of the most spectacular qualifying runs you've ever seen in your life, it would be one of hers. Because she got in a car that a bunch of guys couldn't get fast enough in, and she qualified, and in her qualifying attempt, she hits the fence, never lifts, finishes and makes the show.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
And I was like, she didn't make the show. When you're in a situation like that, and you know the car, because you guys know. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm almost. This is gonna hit. What is it in your head, in a crazy willpower head that says, I'm not lifting?
I've got to make the field. That's what's exactly. I have no choice. And once the car starts going loose, you get tighter on the wheel, so you feel it less. And it's very, very intense. When you can't get wheel in the car, like the rear moves as soon as you put wheel in, it's like you just hate being there. It's a bad situation. And you've done the adjustments, it's not making any difference. That's why I got the wall. I couldn't get lock in, I just floated up more and more and more. And man, I'm going to hit the wall, the foot's shaking on the bed. It was flat, but with these little flutters still going. Then you've got to say to yourself, do I lift and just pit? Because, you know, this thing's going to break when I turn into 3. But I was like, I just have to go. And I just like turned in. Yep. 4, and then I'm like, oh my God, that was my hand. I can't believe that. Yeah, well, I got the rim sitting in my garage. I came to the rim, it's all scuffed up. I'm like, man, that was intense. That was the most intense last lap I've ever done.
I think maybe it was last year, where people cropped a photo of you that looked like you were giving the bird to the safety folks. Have you seen that photo? It was a Grosjean incident, I believe.
No, you mean when Dixon and I got together? And I got out of the car and like flipped Dixon off.
It was Dixon.
Well, yeah, the safety guys were standing there. It was Dixon.
So they, I don't know if you've seen the photo, they cropped it, where there's no Dixon in it, and
Oh,
the safety
yeah?
guys are coming at you, and it looks like you're giving the finger to the
Okay.
safety guys.
Yeah, no, that would never happen. It would be Scott, and a very good race car. Had to replace the tub actually. Yeah, no, that was just an unfortunate. It wasn't really here. It wasn't malicious or anything. He just didn't expect me to be there and move. But Grosjean was lucky because I was, you know, lucky I didn't see him in the pit lane when I was feeling that way. But I made it clear on the camera how I felt.
Yeah, you did. Several years ago, I was on the team side, and they flew me to California as the Indy Racing League at the time was trying to think about their branding. And on the plane on the way out there was this big agency, and they said, hey, the branding we're going to have is esprit de corps. These drivers love each other. Let's just talk about how much they get along and how much they love each other. I said, nobody buys a ticket to come watch people hug. They buy a ticket to watch somebody give them a finger. They buy a ticket to watch somebody that they love to root for or to root against somebody. And what I love about our series right now is we do have a little bit of that, there's that frustration, that battle among you. And it's okay that some of you guys are friends, but what I want is I don't want you ever to stop being willpower. I don't want you to ever stop being the guy that wants to win I don't want you to ever stop and start filtering yourself. You are an absolute treasure. You are my, other than Connor, you are my absolute favorite IndyCar driver. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Hey Kessler, I hope you're doing a good job at cheerleader practice, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it's almost as crazy as driving, to be honest. But it sucks you couldn't be here, but your mom, she was great.
Thank you.